Hey, welcome all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy P Funk thinking right out here in the lab, in the book. Got a nice little lesson for you today, 2 pages, so it should be short but sweet and informative. Let's do what we do. Right as 25 rules live by storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune into receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. All you gotta do is turn in and get it. Right thinking is way of life. Through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka to know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to, know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. Yeah, that's what I do. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Wow. Okay. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself, and to my yacht, be true. We roll along. We just got finished up as a gave lesson, and it wrapped up with the teachings of the cycles of birth and death, which the individual soul experienced in human form are known as the doctrines of karma, aka reincarnation. So the next page is, we're going to talk about karma and reincarnation. And then I'm going to take you over and teach you right quick how to purify the heart. And I think that'll do it. I got some more stuff coming after that, but I can just stick to those 2 quick lessons. Let's go. Karma and reincarnation. Remember, I gave the lesson before, but I want to bring it back. Hopefully expound on it a little bit more, give a different perspective on it this time. The word karma, we all hear it. We all, I know karma, yeah. You see me? That's karma, okay? Karma means you're going to get what you deserve. Your just desserts, so to speak. Keep that in mind. Okay, we're going to break it down for you. So hopefully you really have a good understanding of karma, or your IRE. You reap what you sow. And if you do good, you get back good. You do sneaky deceitful, you can get back sneaky and deceitful. That's the definition of karma. Simple. Let me break it down for you some more. The word karma comes from the Indian philosophy of action. We call it Iri in Egypt. But the equivalent to Kemetic term is Iri, spelled A-R-I or I-R-A. I-R-I. But it should be thought of as what? The total effect of one's action. What you do. If it's good, will earn you what? Blessings. If it's not good, it earn you what? The proverbial knock from what? Karma. You're going to get what you deserve. You don't know when. You don't know how. But karma will see to it that you will. That's the concept, okay? I mean, it's the total effect of one's actions and conduct. Your intentions. Did you do it on the kindness of your heart, or did you do it with a hidden agenda? Karma knows that also. God knows your heart. Karma. In fact, the title was just, I said the title was Karma, Karma, God's hit woman. Okay, why? Oh, she gonna hit you. When she come, it ain't good. How about that? If karma coming, you get that knock. Oh, prepare yourself. Why? Brace yourself. Okay? You about to get hit. And your conduct doing what? Doing your successive phases, watch this, of your existence from the past to the future. Why? Because if the spirit haven't been enlightened, it's going to reincarnate. Okay, that's the concept. So all our spirits have been here before. We all have reincarnated spirits. Let's go. But how does this effect operate? How do my past actions affect my present and even my future? Okay, good question. Now, let's explain it to you. If you consider your present lifetime, you will notice that your actions of what the past have led you to where you are today in much allegory. What's this allegorical analogy? In much the same way as a fruit tree you planted today, it will bear fruit what in a few years. It's a process, okay? Everything is process. And what's this? Your own life experiences from the present life or even from your previous lifetimes again has what? Caused unconscious impressions. So the spirit still has some remnants of that, some residue, they call it. But which stay with you, the individual soul, where at the level of what they call your casual body, which is your deep unconscious level of the mind. That's where we're going next. I'm going to teach you how to get there. That's the beautiful thing. All right, let's go. But at that level, even after death, okay, consciousness is still there. And this unconscious impressions are what they constitute what? The emerging thoughts and desires and your aspirations of what? Of every individual that cause what? Future incarnations. They already know. First time I ain't gonna get it right. So everybody gets to understand. But because they impel what? The soul to continue on the life journey of what? Seeking fulfillment of what? Your physical desires, your earthly pleasures, your ego desires, okay, of the flesh. These impressions are not exactly like memories, but however, they do work like memories. For example, what's this? This is perfect. I love this. If you had a fear in your previous lifetime, mine is heights, okay, and fire, and being locked down, okay? Those three things that obviously in my prior life had a major effect. Wow, that freaks me out. Simple as that. And I don't know where it comes from. Again, it's telling you right here, it caused a fear. You don't know, but you will remember that strange feeling. Or when it happens, something goes crazy. You have, when you come into contact with that situation, the object, or certain people. Again, with women, if they've been treated a certain way, when they get around, they know that's how it works. These feelings are caused, watch this, by what? Your unconscious impressions that left over from the prior experiences of your soul, which are coming up to the surface of what? Your present conscious mind. Hope you understand that as a mouthful. But it is this conglomerate of unconscious impressions which what? Is judged in the halls of Maya. Everything that comes from the heart, it will be recognized at Judgment Day. We get in there, watch this. Karma plays a big role. And Maya, and determine what? Where the soul will go in the next spiritual journey. Ding, 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 ding. If it passes tests, right heart, feather Maya, you pass, you go on to the spiritual journey to meet your father. If not, Ahmet get to have his way in your spirit, go find another body and get to do it again. And whatever you left in the spirit, it's going to carry over to the next life. That's the concept, okay? But now at Judgment Day, and everybody's going to have one, Dr. Clark, no exceptions. And watch this. Your spiritual journey will either go home or reincarnate. And it's also known what they call, what, again, the cycle of birth and death, or rarely known reincarnation, as well as what? The experiences, you either going to experience heaven or hell in the astral plane while you're waiting your judgment. But the following segment, we got a little phrase I'm about to read to you from the ancient Egyptian instructions from Merkara. He explains this point. Listen, pay attention. You know they are not merciful. Who is they? The guys, the judges at Judgment Day. They are not merciful. What? The day when they have to judge who? The miserable ones, the unrighteous. Okay? Everybody got to come through. And they know from how you live, they do not count. Watch this. They don't count on the passage of years. Why? With them, they consider your lifetime to them but maybe an hour. Okay, blink of an eye, little time spent. You don't mean much in the big scheme of things, okay? Everything you do is individually what? For you. Don't worry about what somebody else say and do or don't do. You should be worried about you. A lot of us see everybody's flaws as but their own. We can tell you about this or he that, she that, he do that. Okay, what about you? Well, stop doing that and do more of this, and you can have the answer for yourself, about yourself, instead of everybody else. Hope that makes sense. Now, after death, they wasn't obsessed with death. They knew that this physical body will die, and they had a concept that if it lived a righteous lifestyle, did the thing it's supposed to do, hold itself accountable, after death, man still remains in existence. Yeah, your spirit and your consciousness is still hanging around. Why? For judgment. It's got to be judged. And his acts or her acts accumulate beside them. I get example at Judgment Day, when you're about to be judged, you stand there ready to get judged, and here comes karma with all your stuff. Your heart can't stand all that stuff that karma gonna give to you at Judgment Day. So what happens? You will fail. Simple as that. Okay? Understand it. And that's the concept. But you're responsible. It ain't got nothing to do with karma. She didn't do it. No, don't blame karma. Yourself. And at Judgment Day, little caveat, you gonna judge yourself. Who know you better than you? Karma just gives you the stuff that you maybe overlooked or thought nobody knew about. No, we gonna get everything's right here. I got you. Okay. The heart accumulates everything. They knew that thousands of years ago. We just found out that heart has a bigger brain than the brain that's in our head. That's conceptually. But it's a fact now, modern times. So we ain't gotta nope, modern times. Moving on. Life in the other world, that's eternal. Why? That's the afterlife. That's the spiritual world where the physical body can't go. Okay? This body, mortal man can't go to the kingdom of heaven. No, it's a spiritual thing. It's a mind thing. And if you don't figure it out here in the human form, you never make it there. You're going to keep coming back being human until what? You know thyself. Now, life is the other world. Again, eternal. That's forever. This is temporary. Whatever you get here, whatever you do here, don't mean a damn thing. Nothing. Why? It's going to run out. All right? That other life, that's where it ends, but it goes on forever. Why? You become part of God. That's why. The spirit goes back to the maker. That constant come from us. Heaven and hell, y'all call it. Don't make a difference. The constant come from us. How you get to heaven? Knowing Jesus don't mean nothing. Acting, being like Jesus, get you in. How about that? I agree with that. I ain't gonna cause a problem with that. But now, in the afterworld, which is eternal, afterlife, they had a concept. But watch this. He who arrives at Judgment Day without sin, meaning purified heart, selfless service, doing the right thing, he is without sin. He get the mark. He made the mark. He hit the mark. Did the things he needed to do, or she did the thing. And before the judge of the dead, he or she will be what? There as what? A netter. If you pass Judgment Day, you become part of the club. We all got religions, a cult follow. Everybody got a club. The one club our anxious wanted to be part of was the afterlife. Why? To get there. They know that's what it was. And you get there, you be as a what? Netter. Netter is God. And he or she will now walk freely as do the masters of what? Eternity. Conceptually, philosophically, that's what they believe. And if you knocking it and you found something else, don't do that. It might not be your thing. That's fine, but don't knock it. Oh no, until you try it. So that's the concept. And they lived for 1,000 years, thousands. Okay, 3 going to 4,000 years in that premise until it was interrupted. Moving on, we know the story, but that's this. But the reference I just read to you above, his acts accumulate beside him, is telling you everything you say and do, you're responsible for. Well, I don't care what you thought, don't care. I'm just giving you what you need to know. At that point, you should not tell me what you thought. You should not be responding. You should take heed to what I'm telling you and use it. Don't need your response. It alludes to what? The unconscious impressions which were formed as a result of one's actions while what? Still alive. You can't get nothing dead. Okay? Everything you do is in the physical form while you're alive. And these impressions can either be positive or negative. There we go. Back to my girl, Maya. Your choice. Back to that again. Positive impressions are developed how? Through positive actions. Righteous, virtuous living. Living life righteously, aka Maya and virtuous. That's what I practice. I'm locked in. It's the way of life. And what happens? This implies what? That living according to the precepts, the directions, the information of the mystical wisdom, right thinking philosophy teaches, or being a follower of right thinking philosophy, we are what you call Shemsus. That means we're followers of Haru. We are Haru. That's the concept. That's the Asarian myth where Aset gave birth to Haru. That's me and you in the physical form. And Isis, who his mother taught him. These actions draws one what? Closer to harmony and peace within oneself, thus paving the way to what? Now discover the true self within. Hello? If you're looking for God anywhere outside yourself, you're never going to find him. But the goal is to find him within yourself. That's knowing thyself. You found God for yourself. The negative impressions, what's this? Due to your ignorance, are developed through what? Sinful actions. Ignorance. They are related, what's this? To mental agitation, ignorance, disharmony, more ignorance, and restlessness, total ignorance of who? Themselves. And this also implies that acts based on anger, fear, desire, greed, depression, gloom, etc. I can go on, okay? But these are all low-level, egoistic concepts that when you live in that, you're not progressing. And these actions, those actions will draw you what? Into what we call the outer world. Human desires only count in the physical world. Spiritual is next level. The distract. They distract what? The mind. These negative things, and they do not allow your intellect. You are stunting your own growth, so to speak. So S-A-A, your understanding faculties can't be used. You're not using your understanding to do or understand to function within yourself. So you're holding yourself back. That's called a fetter. You causing your own problem. Cause of ignorance, ego. Thus, existence at this level is closer to what? You ready? I told you. Animal, beastly nature. The 3 levels where I'm at bites from 3 down. If you're on that level, you won't make it. That's the concept. You need more Mayat training. And based on what? Animal instincts, your low level, 3rd degree, and your desires of the flesh, the body, and your selfishness, just me, I. That's all ego. Rather than to what? Your spiritual, mature human being, raising your conscious level, and that's being based on what? Reason, selflessness, compassion, rationale, right thinking, etc. See the difference? I'm going to read, I got a few more minutes, okay? But that's karma, and that's the concept of karma. It's all on you. You're responsible for everything you say and do. Watch this. This is called purification of the heart. You see him sitting there, you see the vials there? That's called the ab. That's what goes on the scale of Maya. And everything's in there. The everything that you've done is contained in that vase. How about that? The vase. But purification of the heart, right quick. How then is it possible to eradicate negative karmic impressions and to develop positive ones? Live right. Do the right thing like I do daily. That'll take care of that problem. If your consciousness is on God, you're God conscious, the devil have no wiggle room. If your idle mind is the devil workshop, keep the mind busy. Makes a lot of sense, simple, but a lot of us don't think in them terms, so we get caught up in the nonsense. All right, but the answer lies where? In your daily practice of your spiritual disciplines, right thinking philosophy, collectively known as yoga. Okay, not a religion. Yoga, a philosophy of enlightening one with them high himself, getting you to commune with God, getting you there. Every religion supposed to do the same thing. But you practice in that way, yoga is the definition. And when you study the teachings, when daily, and what? Living according to them when daily, what happened? Your mind undergoes a transformation where at all levels. You become a better person. You come to be your best self. This transformation can only happen and it's the what called the purification of heart. You can't buy it, steal it, or cheat it. Why? So often spoken about through what? The Egyptian book of coming forth by day, and it signifies an eradication of what? Your negative impressions. You're living right. Your integrity is up. You're doing everything you're supposed to do. So you're in the right place. You're vibing at a high rate frequency. And this renders what? Your mind to become now pure of thought and more subtle. Not that devious thinking. I know about that too. Egoistic things, okay? But when your mind is rendered subtle, clear, like the water on a pond or a lake, you can see straight through it. So when your mind is clear, it can function at its best level. Now, your spiritual realization is possible. Only with a clear mind. Not induced by drugs, the pure mind, meaning pure thoughts, good thoughts, righteous integrity that you can perform with daily. And this discipline that I practice of purifying the heart by what? Living mayat according to the teachings is known as, you ready? The yoga of action or selfless service, aka mayat. When I say I live mayat and practice mayat, it's the philosophy that I stand on, which is keeping myself straight, okay? And Masons know it as due bounds, whatever you want to call it. But righteous living, just doing what's right. Keep yourself available to do what? His will, not his will, okay? Think it ain't illegal yet, as George tell you. Hope you got the concept. It's all about you. You can make that happen for yourself. That's why I'm here to help you out. So, in closing, right thinkers, may y'all stay tuned, and may y'all let it be 100 minus a day. So I never know that my right thinkers have passed away. I'll be back. I ain't done yet.